There's that guy, Mr. Jordan Feenstra. There he is. 10 for the old YouTube video.
Start a vlog.
Yeah,
Video log.
Cause like,
and just if Ryan just like just went on that constantly,
yeah,
that would be super fun.
Let's do it. Let's try it out.
Dude, we're gonna try it out in HD. We're gonna try it out in HD.
HD.
Dolby. One time,
we got Mr. Jordan Feenstra here. How you feeling?
Feeling great. A little tired.
We've got Ryan here. Jordan. Marshalls.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or Walmart.
Marshall's Home Sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever that. Yeah, the home craft store. Here's some questions that I got on Facebook, just in regards to my music journey and my guitar playing and stuff. I'm going to do this every week, just in case people have more questions, and it helps you get to know me a little bit better. So here's the first question. Chris asks, what keeps you going when you just don't feel like it sometimes? Great question, Chris. Thank you so much. The pursuit of getting better at my instrument, just trying to get better at the guitar every day, just knowing that it took me a really, really, really long time to get to where I am now, and I've got such a long journey ahead to get to where I want to be. So I know that even if I don't feel like practicing, I just got to do it. Even if I just put like an hour or 2 hours into practice, which is like the bare minimum, at least I'm an hour or 2 hours better than I was yesterday. So just trying to become a better musician every day. Thank you for the question, Chris. I hope that that answered it. Jamie asked me, what's your go-to guitar and when did you discover that was the one for you? Oh, I just came home from band practice, so it's still in the gig bag. My Gibson SG Angus, that's my go-to guitar. I love that guitar with everything I have. It's such a beautiful guitar. It used to belong to Brent, and then he sold it to me, and I got to use it actually for the first time when we opened for Sebastian Bach. That was a really cool experience. But yeah, that guitar and me just connected, and luckily enough, Brent sold it to me, and ever since it's been my go-to, my baby, my first Gibson guitar, so I love it. Jamie asks again, what were the days and months like for you emotionally after your Canada's Got Talent audition? So after Canada's Got Talent, I think it was more so like the first thing I felt when I did the producer audition was relief, because I had to ask. I just started a new job, and I actually had to ask for time off to go do that audition. Sort of, I'm looking off into the distance, trying to figure out where to look at the camera or at the screen. Yeah, after I did the producer interview, I realized that, like, maybe it was a little bit bad to ask for time off a week into working a new job. But it doesn't matter. Like, they were very nice and let me go and audition. And then when it got really heavy was when we did the TV auditions. So the TV auditions were kind of crazy. We did it at the Pantages Playhouse Theater. And I got to meet a lot of friends still to this day, like Cindy, Massey, and the guys from Moontan. I met there for the first time. I don't think they were called Moontan at that time. But yeah, it was a great day, meeting so many talented people, and just getting to kind of be in that environment of like show business and be in it, you know what I mean? When I did my audition, it was pretty surreal, being in front of Stefan Macchio and like Martin Short and Misha Brucker-Grossman, and yeah, it was just pretty surreal to be in front of these people who have such storied careers in their craft. And when I said that line, I park cars that I'll never be able to afford. And after I did my audition, Stefan Macchio said, I think you'll be able to afford those cars one day. That was a pretty surreal moment, just knowing that somebody at that level would say that about what I do. That's pretty cool. After that, just kind of waiting. I couldn't really say anything. Waiting until it aired. And the day the episode aired, I actually went to band practice and my phone blew up. I didn't actually watch the episode when it aired. It was more so like it aired and I was at band practice and I got like 112 text messages, and it really blew up. And people it's really funny when you do something that is seen on TV or something really big. People kind of treat you different, and that was a really eye-opening experience. You get to realize who's there for the good times and who's there always, and that's something I don't forget. And it was a good experience in learning how to handle myself at a professional level, like how to handle myself when people will come up to me and say, "Hey, I saw you on TV. Can I get a picture with you?" or something like that. Like, that doesn't happen much anymore. Like, that kind of phased out, but just when it was happening there, it was a good lesson in how to handle things and how to be professional. Yeah. Emotionally, I think I kept it together, which I really appreciate for myself, because I feel like had it been a different time, maybe I would have acted different. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. The next question is, who are your musical heroes that helped shape your sound? Number one, Zach Wilde, Jimi Hendrix, Randy Rhoads, Jeff Healey. Those are the biggest names that I would say have the biggest influence on me. Those are the players that I take so much inspiration from. Zach is definitely my biggest hero. I would say Jeff Healey and Jimi Hendrix next. Yeah, those are my heroes. That's who I strive to sound like. Of course, I'll never be able to sound like them, but I'll do my best. I'll sound like me, with their influence and their mentorship. Yeah, those are my heroes. Jamie asks, do you consider your look into your performance? Is that something you care about? Your hair, etc. This is a funny question because there have been times where I have talked to people who don't ask me if I consider it, but they tell me that I should consider it. And I just don't, because I don't know, it's tough. My view on it is I'm a musician. I know that looks and having the look matter. I've definitely lost opportunities because maybe somebody looked better or stuff like that. I know that. But it's just not so. I rather focus on being the best musician I can be. The look, like, of course I have my hair. It's a pretty noticeable trait. There's no beating around the bush. I'm a bigger guy. I do consider the look somewhat, like, I am aware that I have a look. Maybe it's not the right look for everybody. Maybe it's not the right look for the mainstream. But I like who I am and appreciate who I am musically. And I think that's more important than the look. And I know there'll come a day when I have to care about the look if I want to go to that next step. But for now, I'm just solely focused on the music. That's where I'm at right now. Jamie also asks, is your goal to be hired by a professional touring band? Yeah, that would be sick. That's a huge goal for me. Actually, I can't say much about it, but once COVID's done, I got some cool stuff on the way. I've been talking to an artist who's pretty big. I can't say who, but we'll see where things go, and we'll see how they go, and that's all I'll say about that. Is your goal to be hired by a professional touring band? Time will tell. We'll see. We'll see there. Thank you for the questions, Jamie. Margaret says, what are your biggest insecurities as an artist? We're our own worst critics, and it is something I get quite often. Yeah, 100%. So my biggest insecurity, sorry, I was covering my mouth there. My biggest insecurity is 100% feeling like I don't deserve the opportunities that I get. And I know that the hard work that I've put into my craft, I haven't ever gotten any opportunities handed to me. I've worked hard for every single one. But it's just like you said, we're our own worst critics. When we opened for Cheap Trick and I was up there playing with frickin' Cheap Trick and sharing the stage with Rick Nielsen, it was after I got off stage. I was like, was I good enough to be up there? Obviously they thought I was, if they invited me up there. It's a tough battle. It's a tough battle that you gotta fight every day. Just my advice is, this is the advice that I was given because I've expressed this insecurity to a few mentors of mine. They said just stay focused on what you're doing. If you're putting all your time and effort into what you're doing, you won't have time to think about how you're doing it. And that's what I try to do, and that's what I recommend. Try and just have like a singular focus on what you're doing. And once you have that singular focus, just don't let that up. And there will be no time for insecurities because you're going to be too busy creating and too busy putting out content to have insecurities. Like me focusing more on my YouTube channel now. I just realized I keep looking at the screen, not at the camera. It's one of those things where I'm like, am I good enough to put videos on YouTube? Like what? There's so much amazing content. But the biggest thing to remember is there's only one you, and that's what separates you from everybody else. Nobody is gonna be who you are. So just embrace yourself and don't let your insecurities get to you. I hope that helps. Hearing that for me helped for sure. And one last question here. Liam says, when writing new music, what or where do you get most of your inspiration from? It's definitely life. Experiences in life, whether it be a direct experience or how I felt viewing something or how I felt looking at something else. It's weird with writing music. A lot of my music comes from a very personal place. Experiences and everything. I've never really written like a concept song. It's definitely a moment in time or events in my life or how I'm feeling. When I'm writing riffs and stuff, that's mostly, I take a lot of inspiration from my heroes, so I try to do what I think they would do and do what they think sounds cool. Yeah, there's definitely so many ways to write, and I try and mix it up, but that's mostly where I write from. Anyways, thank you so much everybody for watching my video. Hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoy more content coming this week, I appreciate you being here at the beginning of my YouTube journey. I know this video is kind of shaky a little bit to get going, but I'm going to get better at it. And I'm going to focus on putting out some great content. So stay tuned, and we're going to keep music first. Practice your guitar, believe in yourself, and here we go.